What's up, everybody? If you are just joining, we are going live with seller calls. So I got to follow up with a seller right now. And so we're about to jump on. This is a seller we're already under contract with. I just got a voicemail from him. Just had a few questions. So I'm going to handle that real quick, and then we're going to get into some new seller calls here. So stay tuned. Let me just make sure I'm sharing the audio here. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Raphael? It's Chris. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Apologize for the disconnect over the last day or so. We've been having some
Oh,
weird phone issues.
don't worry about it. I was reffing football yesterday when you called, and I'm about to do a volleyball match as we speak. But
Oh,
I got
nice.
about 10 minutes. Hey, real quick, I
Yeah.
talked to Laura
Yeah.
Hallam, I think is name.
Yep.
Look, I wanted to find out if there was a misunderstanding on my part because my understanding was that going forward, the plan was someone, a realtor, local realtor, was going to come out, do a walkthrough, take some pictures, yada, yada, yada.
Hmm.
And we would proceed to a closing no more than 60 days from when we signed off on stuff.
Okay.
Right? Is that kind of where we're on the same sheet of music?
Yeah, we're on the same sheet music. Yep.
Well, what she described is, well, what we're going to do is we're going to do that, but we're going to get this thing on the market and see if we can sell it. You know, she'll kind of be like a traditional realtor client relationship.
Got it.
And
Okay.
I said, well, maybe I'm missing something because I said we had signed a purchase agreement and this was
Yeah.
the number. And she said, well, I wasn't aware of that. So I just really wanted to call you and make
Yeah.
sure that we're all kind of,
Copacetic.
working. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah. Yeah.
simpatico.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Yeah. So just a little bit of miscommunication on her side of the table. So as you may recall, when we reviewed the agreement with you, right? So we entered into the agreement to purchase the property at the set number, right? One of
Yes,
the things that we do that allows us to be more efficient, because we're doing about 40, 50 properties at a time.
understood.
So
Uh-huh.
to increase efficiency, right, what we do is we pre-market a lot of our properties while we're in escrow. And so that
Okay.
way, because I may have told you this story, I don't know. I tell, some people it and others not, but like we've done a deal before where it's like all new flooring throughout. It's like 12 grand of flooring, literally carpet. Day one after closing, what's the buyer do? Yank out all the carpet and puts in brand new
Gotcha, gotcha,
flooring.
gotcha. Right. So
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that nothing has changed from that closing date.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. So it's
You're
six.
just saying we're going to get this thing, walk through pictures, put it on the market, but whatever happens has nothing to do. That 660 is set in stone.
Exactly. The 660 is set in stone. Basically, just gives us the ability to market it ahead of time. If we find a
Got
buyer
it.
that has certain things that they want, if they want to buy it cash, we can just simply assign our agreement to them
Got it.
cash. If they come with a loan, we'll just replace the contract with a new one that allows for the lending. You still get the
Okay.
660. 60, the close timeline still the 60 business days from when we get the photos in and everything, and then we're good to go. So.
Okay. So we tentatively scheduled it Tuesday for her to come
Tuesday,
out.
yeah, Tuesday morning. I think she said like 10 a.m. Was that what it
Uh huh.
was? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I haven't talked to, I mean, I'll be full disclosure. Part of the reason we're doing this, my wife and I are splitting up.
Oh, I'm sorry
So,
to hear that, man.
well, you know what, man? Dude, how long you been, Chris, how long you been married?
I've been married for 10 years.
Man, God bless you. I've been married for 22,
Mm,
and been together for 30.
wow.
My beard will be less gray when this all goes through. So
Oh,
I don't want to make light of it, but I appreciate it. But
no,
the simple fact
hey,
is,
it is what it is, you know.
yeah, when it's time, it's time. But here's the thing: when um, I had scheduled Tuesday because typically my wife works from home.
mm,
Given this conversation and getting some clarity, it's of less importance. Yep, it's of less importance. I'm ready. It's of less importance that she's actually there physically.
got it. Okay.
Yeah, so we're good on that Tuesday date,
Okay. All
and
right.
I will let Laura know.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. And I'll touch base with her too and just, give her the heads up. And then, and yeah, man, I totally get it. My parents are actually going through the split right now. My mom's going to be moving out from Philly out to here to live with my wife and I, cause she's got, some physical problems. So I get it,
Yep.
seen it, totally understand, man.
Yep. All right, man.
So,
Well, I will get with Laura. I'll give her shoot her a text at some point tomorrow.
okay.
Just let her know that time and date is set in stone, and we'll just go from there.
Perfect. Sounds good, man. And if you guys,
All
if you
right.
come up with
Thank
any
you.
other questions or need anything else, don't hesitate to reach out, man.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Awesome. All right. See ya.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. So easy peasy, right? So that's what you can expect in many, excuse me, in many situations, where this could come up and become a question or a challenge, right? And so it's always important to make sure you're setting the stage early on. So anytime we review our contracts with our sellers, we always make sure we go line by line and we very clearly, we're not reading it verbatim, we're summarizing each section of the agreement, and we're highlighting specific things that we know have a tendency to come up later, right? And we'll use third party stories and we'll do things to accentuate that portion of the agreement so that when it comes up later, we can recall back to that, right? Because if I just breeze through the pre-marketing, right, it's very easy to forget that that was even a thing, right? But when we review the contract, we say, hey, so this is our pre-marketing and effort to be more efficient and save on, cost and everything. We pre-market all of our properties kind of like a coming soon. This just helps us with efficiency and save money, blah, 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 right? And then we bring up a third party story. Like, for example, we did a deal where, there was new carpet all throughout. It was like 12 grand a carpet. And then the day after closing, what do you know? The buyer, the wife, hated the carpet. She's like, we're going to rip all this out and we're going to put brand new flooring in. Well, that's 12 grand of flooring that just got wasted, right? We could have saved that. We could have pre-marketed the property. We could have asked the buyers like, hey, we're willing to give a flooring allowance. What would you like, right? So, they probably spent 10, 15 grand on flooring. We spent 12 grand. I mean, that's a combined close to $30,000 when it could have been, $8,000 to $10,000. So when you do that properly, when you're rolling through your contract, it allows you to call back when a question like this comes up. So hopefully you guys got value out of that. Now we're going to get into the juicy stuff. We're going to start calling some sellers here. I actually have a follow-up call with a seller that I spoke to earlier, made an offer earlier, and I know he was going to be talking to the missus. So hopefully he spoke to her and he is ready to go. So let's go ahead and give him a call real quick. Just make sure this is cleaned up. All right, so that's that one. All right, Glenn, let's call Glenn back.
You all, this is Glenn.
Hey, what's up, Glenn? It's Chris. How are you?
Oh, not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Doing all right, doing all right. Just had a nice big salmon lunch, and my wife
Damn.
prepared for me. Yeah, my wife made some salmon. It's funny, you start coming home late enough, and then all of a sudden she figures out how to work the smoker, and so now she's smoking salmon and doing it up.
Hell yeah, I got two grills, two pellet grills, and it didn't take my wife long to figure out how to do it. And then I started coming home earlier too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then it's like, nice. I got brisket, got salmon, got, you name it. So,
Well, this lady, that I'm cleaning up a property for to help her sell it, she wants everything gone. And it's just like she picked up and walked out the door and left with a few odds and ends. There's 3 houses and about 5 buildings. And I
wow.
opened up one, and there had to be 20 50-pound bags of pellets.
Oh, jackpot.
Yep. And I'm taking them to my house.
Very nice. I'm always waiting for the deal, because like Home Depot and Costco usually have a deal every once in a while where you'll get like the big, like the I forget what they're calling them now, but it's like the extra large bag, and it's like $19 or $22. So I always wait for those.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
But my wife ain't very keen on your offer. But she did tell me to hurry up and get home. We was going to talk about it.
got it. Okay.
So I'm wrapping it up right now, and I guess we're going to go home and talk about it. I told her until the economy picks up, we're just going to sell my RV and move into a nicer RV, and that'd work. I got a 28-foot enclosed trailer behind me. We could go anywhere in the world we wanted to go.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
pull both of our cars. But I think she's going to go through with it, is my opinion. But we still haven't got that close.
I gotcha.
She was really wanting that 175 mark.
Yeah.
But I told her you went fighting, so you did the best you could. So we'll have to see what happens.
Okay. All right. When are you going to be talking to her again?
Oh, what time is it here? It's 5 o'clock. She's got grandson. She'll take him home. We'll probably be talking about 6:30, 7-ish.
6:37. Okay, so about an
What
hour.
time do you go to
and
bed
a
at night?
half. Well, I'm on the West Coast actually, so
Where at?
I'm in San Diego.
San Diego, California.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah,
I've been all up and down California in a semi-truck.
nice.
Temecula, Long Beach, Colton, Ontario. I've been all over, even up to Bakersfield. I went to the Gay Bay once, and I ain't ever going back.
I've never been up there, so I don't. Doesn't sound like I'm missing a whole lot, especially when you got homeless pooping on your front porch. So,
They get somebody shot.
yeah, tell me about it. Well, it's creeping. The thing about San Diego that I moved out here about 13, 14 years ago, the thing that I loved about it the most was, and I'd never been to California before, was that it was like, pretty conservative when it comes to California, because like a lot of military down here. But man, all that stuff's creeping down here. I mean, we have like a little shared office space downtown, and I'll tell you, like every time I park my car, I'm either stepping over somebody who's passed out, or I'm dodging human feces, or I'm watching somebody shoot up or smoke meth like right outside of my car. And it's like, it's terrible, man. It's going to hell in a handbasket.
Even in the neighborhood you live in?
No, not in the neighborhood that I live in. No, thank God for that. This is like downtown San Diego. And it's kind of like more on the outskirts of downtown. So the more fringe downtown section. But and they try to clean it up a little bit, but it's just a shell game. It's like they come, they tell the homeless encampment that, hey, you got to get up and move. And so they get up and move, and then they move around the corner, and then they're there for a week, and then they go there and tell them, hey, you got to get up and move, and then they come back. It's just this big shell game. Doesn't really do anything but cost us money. So it's kind of a pain.
I couldn't live like that.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's why I'm really hoping that that freaking commie Kamala doesn't get elected in November, or
Oh,
else
I had a knockdown drag out with a buddy of mine. I didn't know he was a Democrat, and he was dipping Trump. And finally, I got mad at him and hung up on him.
Oh man.
He wants her bad.
It's wildly crazy to me. The irony is so thick, right? They're like, oh, he's a threat to our democracy. I'm like, wait, you mean the same democracy where a woman who was polling in 2020 had less than 1% of the vote, and then you guys didn't even have an actual primary to determine if your party wanted her, and then they just thrust her upon you all. You're saying that he's the threat to the democracy? Because that doesn't sound very democratic, if you ask me.
No, he got in. He said, well, Trump's this, Trump's that. I said, I don't care what Trump is, but I made more money when he was in there than I am now.
Exactly.
And since he's not been in there, the United States has gone to pot from the border all the way up to Congress.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's harder to do everything. Finances are really strapped. The housing market is tough. I mean, it's just everything has really tightened up quite significantly in the last 3 to 4 years. So,
well, tell me something about that. Now that you said that, are you wanting to buy this house, or you work for a company that just buys houses everywhere? Or?
Yeah, so we're a small outfit here in San Diego. It's just a family-run outfit, a couple families together, and they're buying houses for, either they're going to fix it and flip it or use it as like a rental in some capacity. So sometimes it could be like a long-term rental, short-term rental, mid-term rental. But yeah, we're not like this big corporate, like hedge fund or anything like that. It's not like BlackRock or anything like that.
I had one lady, she told me, matter of fact, that lady I told you, she's calling me tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. She said she was going to buy it and probably rent it out for a while until she found a couple that needed to move in it and make payments on it and have their own house. And she said, by the looks of it, I could rent that place for about $1,800. I said, holy smoke.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look at it for, the underwriters, they look at all that stuff. So I haven't even looked at like what the rent rates are over there.
The guy across the street from me, he's right on the water and he pays $2,000 a month.
And he's renting?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
There's 1, 2, I think there's 2 houses in my little circle mm-hmm. that are rented, but the rest of everybody owns them. And we mostly have the pilots out there.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I know they do, as far as rentals go, depending on the market. So sometimes they'll do long-term rentals, but a lot of times they'll do midterm rentals, like furnish finders for like traveling nurses. Like if it's like in a close proximity to a hospital, they'll do that. Sometimes if it's in close proximity to like a bunch of colleges and universities, they'll do like, rentals to like professors and stuff like that. And then they've also done like some assisted living facilities, depending on like the size of the house, how many bedrooms and bathrooms it has, they can be converted into like assisted living. They've done some like Airbnbs and stuff like that. So, they have a handful of different strategies that, the partners will use.
My brother bought a portable building. You ever seen them, rent to own, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah. It's like a trailer, kind of like a trailer, like they had it like,
but they've got no wheels on it. It's just a building.
Yep.
Well, he bought one on a rent to own. In 90 days, he paid it off. And he turned it into a tiny house. He lived
Nice.
in it for about 3 months while he was building his new house. And now he's got it with Airbnb, and they pay him $600 a week
Wow. Where's this at?
over in Ponca City, Oklahoma.
Okay. Nice. Is that like a big destination area?
Nope. It's
Huh.
like a state pothead area. That's the whole state anymore. Crackheads everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's making a killing off of it.
Nice. Nice. You know, it's funny. I was thinking before I called you, like earlier, I was like looking at, I was like, Enid, Oklahoma. Why do I know that? And I just realized that I was talking to another investor. I'd never heard of Enid, Oklahoma, and I was talking to another investor who does a lot in Wichita, Kansas. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, is that the only place you guys are doing business? And wouldn't you know, she's like, no, but actually we're also looking in Enid, Oklahoma. I was like, where is that? And then next thing I know, I saw your information pop. I was like, that is wild. So
Oh man.
yeah, but
Well, we're finished getting this place. We're locked up. I'm at my car lot,
okay.
and I'm gonna go home. We're gonna sit down and talk. I think I got her even talked in to buying a new RV or buying a nice fifth wheel with all the slides and staying in it until the economy shoots back up, and then we'll buy another house.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Do some traveling, go visit the country.
Go to the lake, go fishing.
Oh yeah. Have you guys ever been to Utah?
Man, I've been to every state here, plus every one of the provinces
Oh,
of
nice.
Canada.
Is
Yep,
that
I've been all over Utah, Pendleton. Oh, that was Oregon. I've been to Utah, Salt Lake City, all the way south, all the way north. And I've been
nice?
in that area where all the houses, there's a great big house sits out there, and you got all these smaller houses all the way around it. You know what that is?
No.
That's them boys out there that's got 6 or 7 wives.
Oh, yeah. The fundamentalist Mormons.
Yeah, the cuckoos or something. I couldn't imagine having more than one wife. That just
Yeah, you know, it takes a special kind of man to be able to handle more than one wife.
there ain't no way I could.
And I ain't that special, that's for dang sure.
Yeah, there ain't no, I don't even want to try it.
Yeah. It's hard enough handling one.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Oh
But
boy.
I've looked at a couple RVs on Craigslist already, and I got a nice motorhome sitting out here, but it ain't got no slides.
Mm,
And I'm going to talk to her and see if we can't go buy a nice one. I got a King Ranch Ford crew cab dually diesel sitting out here, 4-wheel drive, that I could put a fifth wheel in it and shove it right underneath one, and or we can go with the motorhome. But
nice.
either way, I think I'm going to go out there and talk to her and then see what she got to say, and I'll be texting you.
Okay. Yeah, let's get this done. I'll shoot you a text because this number is our office line. So I'll send you a text and then you can just reply to that line. Just out of curiosity, I know your thing is cars. What's your wife into? Like what's her big thing that she loves?
She's pretty
Shoes.
easy going. You know, I buy her a new car every 2 years. She never asks for it. She don't ask for nothing. I mean, she just don't want nothing. I mean, she's about the cheapest wife I've ever had. I mean, I can tell her, hey, let's go to the movies. Okay.
Nice.
We'll go to the movies, or we'll go out to eat, or we'll do something. But she's getting a little older up in age in that big house I live in. It's just too much for her to keep clean. Like
Yeah.
that back room, that very back room, somebody has added it on.
Mhm.
And they did a nice job of it, of that sunroom. But it is not on file with the paperwork and all that stuff.
Oh, it's not permitted?
Well,
Okay.
somebody built it quite a while back.
Got it. Okay.
That makes the house just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, yeah. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, talk it over with her and, let her know. I mean, we'd love to get this done. And, if we can get this done and wrapped up with you guys tonight, I'll pick your guys' favorite restaurant there and, we'll get you guys a nice dinner at your favorite restaurant.
All right. Well,
All right.
let me get this car lot shut down and I'll head home and we'll talk. And what time you leave work?
I'll probably be here until about 6 my time. So are you central?
Yep. So you'll
Yeah.
be there until about 8 o'clock my time.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I used to go time traveling out that way.
Nice.
But I'd stop at the state line, and I'd be on one side, and I'd time travel to the other side, and just keep jumping back and forth. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. I can call home and say, "What y'all doing?" And we'll both be talking. And I said, "Well, y'all are in the future. I ain't even made it there yet."
Oh, that's funny.
8 o'clock here and that's 6 o'clock California.
Yeah.
2 hours in the past.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But let me go work on her and I'll call you back.
All right. Sounds good. I'll look forward to chatting with you, Glenn.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. So that's a pretty good situation. Now obviously some things could come up, in there. He's still got this other girl that's supposed to be calling him tomorrow, but that's why we want to lock this thing up today, not wait till tomorrow. So if you know that you're up against it, you've got a competitor. Now, fortunately, we know we're coming in higher than this competitor, but we don't want to give her the edge and give her an opportunity to dig in and come up and, match our price or, bring up her price above ours. If I had to go to 175, we'd go to 175 to lock it up. But if you noticed in that call there, right, I was trying to figure out, what is she like? What's the wife like? Get them a nice dinner or something like that. Something that is somewhat intangible that you can throw in that feels like a big deal. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. And I'll be here well after he's talked to her and hopefully we can get this wrapped up, but we want to get this thing locked up tonight before tomorrow hits so we don't have to worry about this other investor. And if we don't get it locked up tonight, that investor is going to be calling him at 1 p.m. tomorrow. We ain't waiting until 1 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be the first conversation that he has in the morning, and we're going to do what we got to do to lock that thing up, because that could be the most comparable comp to our property in the same development, same build year, everything, just sold for 233. So 233 times 0.9 minus 30. So we could reasonably, if we could sell it for the exact same number that other house sold for, we could potentially increase our offer up to 179 and still make 30 grand. So if we got to go to 175, we're going to go to 175. We're going to make it happen. So we just got to do what we got to do, and we can always deal with it later. Once we want to control it first before we lose it to somebody else. So I'm just sending him a text. All right, so let's see here. What else we got? Let me just check for any other voicemails. And I gotta hit up my agent in Indy. What's up, everybody? If you guys are just joining, go ahead, hit me up in the chat. Let me know where you guys are located and where you guys are doing deals, what kind of deals you're doing. I'm just sending a text to my agent out in Indy who is going to handle this deal that I have that I started the beginning of this Zoom with. That deal, if everything shakes out the way we think it's going to shake out, that's potentially going to be a $200,000 profit. We're not going to put a dime into it. $200,000 could be more than that. We have it locked up at 660. Our agent is telling us we could list it for 976 in its current condition. So just so you guys see the math on this, $976,000 for a listing as is in an Novation. You take 10% off that to cover your realtor commissions, closing costs, minor concessions, little stuff here and there. That brings us down to 878.4 minus 660, which is what we're under contract at. And that gives us a $218,000 profit. So if you guys want to see how we're doing deals like that, and that's not the only one. We got a deal up on the board here is a $220,000 deal that we did before. That was a cash wholesale deal. We've got another deal on the board right now that we have listed in Colorado. I think we just reduced that on market to like 7.25. And that one, we bought that one for 515, closed on it. So that one's like $140,000 profit. So we have multiple six-figure profit deals that we do from time to time. And that's why it's really important to have other strategies in your back pocket other than just simply cash wholesaling, other than novations, like that one, the close to $40,000 profit. That one wouldn't have been able to be a novation. We had to actually close on that contract for deed, 80K upfront to the seller, and then do a 12-month sub-2 mirror wrap. And then now we're listing it. So, and the situation there was the seller needed that $80,000 like right away. It was a very urgent situation for him to get that $80,000. And there was a benefit for him by getting that. And because we were able to facilitate that, now I know not everybody watching is in a position to shell out $80,000 and put that out there and leave that sit for a while. But when you leverage creative finance, you're doing deals, you're building relationships, you have, private money lenders, you have private equity partners, you can bring that money to the table, raise that money, raise that capital, get those deals done, and get a return for your private money partners. So if you guys want to learn how to do deals like that, or you want to partner with us on deals that look like it needs that type of strategy, hit us up, hit me up in the chat, and we can help you out with that. All right, so let's see here. So I'm going to put this guy back on my calendar for before I leave. All right, just checking through text. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 appointments already booked tomorrow, so that's great. All right, let's check my callbacks. Hmm. Okay, let's see here. Let's try Hilda.
Please leave your message for 90162833956.
Okay.
Please leave your message for 90162833956.
Hey Hilda, it's Chris. I was reaching back out to you about your property on Quail Hollow. Wanted to chat about that. Give me a call when you get a chance. My telephone number is 619-525-7132. Again, it's 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is David, and I'm sorry I can't take your call right now, so please leave your name and number, and I'll give you a call back shortly.
Double dial is the new single dial. Apparently I called this guy a bunch of times.
Hi, this is David, and I'm sorry I can't take your call right now, so please leave your name and number, and I'll give you a call back shortly.
Hey, David, this is Chris. I was reaching out to you. It looks like you've been texting with my colleague about your property there on Brave Face, and wanted to chat with you about that. Give me a call back when you get a chance. My telephone number is 619-525-7132. Again, 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a great day. I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, looks like, okay, she already has it scheduled. Okay. Brandy, let's hit up Brandy. This one we were close on. Okay, let's open up Panda Doc. I'll double check what we had this contract up for. Go. 65, 637. Okay.
Please leave your message for 38693744865.
Hey Brandy, it's Chris. Hope you're doing well. And I know you were you had some family in town for passing, and just hope everything's going as well as it could with that situation. Wanted to connect back with you. Had some time to get back to you on this, the property on Tropic, and see how we can help you out there. So give me a call back when you get a chance. Telephone number is 619-525-7132. Talk to you soon.
To replay your message, press 1.
Yeah,
To
we're gonna
continue
re-record that
recording,
message.
press 2. To delete and re-record your message, press 3. Your message has been deleted. Please re-record your message at the tone.
Hey Brandy, it's Chris. Had some time to get back to you here regarding the property on Tropic Ave. I know you've been going through some stuff, so just wanted to stay in touch with you and let you know I'm here when you guys are ready. So give me a call back when you have time. My telephone number is 619-525-7132. Again, 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so actually I'm gonna call a couple agents here.
This is Keith.
Hey Keith, this is Chris. How are you?
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I was calling because looks like you had recently sold a property there out in the Ozarks on Bent Shadow.
My house.
Oh, that's your house.
That was mine.
Oh, okay. All right, got it. Are you actively an agent? The reason I'm
Yeah,
asking is
absolutely.
oh, okay. All right, got it. Wasn't sure. I know sometimes people will get their license just for the sake of buying and selling their own house. So I was reaching out because one of my partners has a property out there, and he's just got me doing kind of some due diligence to see what we could possibly sell this property for. Thinking about possibly listing it, and saw that you had listed this, so just reaching out, talking to a couple agents.
Yeah, I've sold actually several on that street, and I lived there for about 13 years, and I tried my hand at nightly rental, and I was doing very well with it, but it wasn't worth it to me to go through the trouble.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, wanted to just kind of get your take, on this property. Just kind of, it's a fairly unique property in the area, so that's why we're just trying to
Unique's a
see.
bad word in real estate.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's definitely a challenging
So you're
one
not
to
a
comp.
realtor. You or your friend own this property, and you're thinking about putting it on the market.
Correct. Yep.
Where is it located? Back in Tantera Estates?
So, no, so it's over on, are you familiar with Dempsey Drive?
I've heard of it, but I can't place exactly where Dempsey is.
It's off of old US 54, kind of over by like Murphy Road, Lake Road 54. Um, it's, I'm not in the area, so
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the map and trying to, I can give
What
you the
makes it? What
address.
makes it? Yeah, just one second. Let me
Sure.
fire up my computer. What makes the property unique?
Well, so it's on 5 acres. There's not a lot and it's a manufactured home on 5 acres. It's kind of near the water. So it's, one of those things. It's like, we can usually do a pretty good job of just looking at, comparables and see, what we think it could sell for. But, there's really nothing else that like sits on 5 acres. Don't know if that really adds much value to it or doesn't do anything for it.
Depends upon what kind of 5 acres it is. I mean, there's one property for sale on Dempsey right now.
Mhm.
5143 Dempsey. In the Glades View subdivision. Is that where you're at?
Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Mm,
That's located in Osage Beach Parkway to Murphy Road. Take Murphy to Dempsey.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much right around where we are. So, yeah, the address, it's 5225 Dempsey.
All right.
But it's a 3-3, basically 2,600 square feet. It's got a big outbuilding.
5225.
Correct.
Has it been sold recently?
The last time it was sold was 2016.
All right.
So it's been a little while. And pretty much the condition that it was in 2016, like all the pictures that, like if you just pull it up on Zillow, all those pictures are pretty accurate to the condition right now.
Did you say 5225?
Yep, 5225.
All right. Yeah, it's sold. It last sold for one. Well, it was listed. I just pull it up to see what it sold for. 179.9.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last and most recently was offered at 239.9. Oh, wait a minute. I know where this is. I recognize that house. The pictures are too small. Oh, this is located back. If this is what I'm thinking about, this is located kind of like a little subdivision located way back in a cove.
Yep.
Yeah, they got a little bit of manufactured back there, but then they got some smaller, modest. It might have been a mom and pop resort or something at one time.
Yep. Yeah, and all the lots around it, like there's nothing, there's literally.
Oh, I know this place. It's actually probably one of the nicest ones back there. I haven't been back. I don't. Yeah. They got that little old pool and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And Yep. I've never shown it, but I'm certainly roughly familiar with it. So have you been doing rentals on it all this time or what?
No, it's been a second home kind of vacation property for, my friend. And so, he's up in Indiana, or sorry, not Indiana, Illinois, Western Illinois. And he's got a friend that's been living in there for a while. But he hasn't been down there in 3-4 years. And so at this point,
that 5 acres is I think that's pretty rugged land. I don't think it's worth much of anything as far as doing much of anything. If I remember right, it's pretty rugged. Is that correct?
Yeah, again, I'm not out there, but I know it's all wooded. So like if you were going to try to use it, you would definitely have to go back there and just slaughter a whole ton of trees. So
well, that's fine, but it was again, there's some it's kind of down in a hole there, and there's I don't, if there's a reason somebody put that manufactured home there, because the rest of that land would have been difficult to try to plop it in the middle.
Yeah, makes sense.
The cost of trying to put a road or whatever in. Yeah, I'd have to. I could do a little bit of a market analysis on it, and but last time it sold back in. It was withdrawn. They were trying to sell it. They were trying to sell it for $239.9 for.
You able to see when that was?
Well, wait a minute. I was looking at the history. I'm sorry. I want to make sure the same address is coming up. 52. Yeah. 5225 was last sold in 2017. for 165,000. Why was that just telling me that a second ago? It's got some interesting activity, but 5225 was last sold. Well, you probably know this if it's your property. Back in January of 2017. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think it was like December 2016, January 2017. Yeah, right around
January
that
3rd
time.
closed. Yeah, it closed on January 3rd, 2017. It sold for no, that's going to be pre-COVID, and well, quite a bit pre-COVID, and just about everything doubled in price down here.
Yeah.
And obviously, manufactured home is a manufactured home.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I do remember driving past it or whatever. I think I can't remember if I showed it or not when it was in the past when it was on sale. But I do remember that it kind of stuck out in that it was kind of like the big dog on the block down there, and it was kind of like a bigger spread, a setup and everything. The house that I had showed a few different times and almost sold was a little ranch house that's right down on the water, on the right-hand side there. Right down on the water, and had very little around it, and came close to selling that. But has anything been done to it since 2017?
No, not really. Pretty much what you see in those pictures are what you get. It's still in, similar condition. Things have been upkept, pretty well, and but no real changes, modifications, or anything like that.
All the same, and furnishings all the same.
Sorry, say that again.
Furniture and appliances all the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it's just I'd have to do a little. The shop is a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's to the right buyer, but like I said, just about. I don't know about manufactured,
yeah.
But is this? Do you have this affixed?
I believe it is affixed. I can get that info for you.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, it would be because the taxes would reflect that it's ownership fee simple, and the annual taxes $1,278 back when this was would reflect that because if it was not affixed, for tax purposes it's real property, but that doesn't wave a magic wand over it. It's still manufactured.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I never understood that. Why they do that.
Yeah.
But no, I would say that if at the right price, it's a cute little area tucked back there. Not a lot of I remember Dempsey, but no, it's a cute little area back there, and kind of a little private enclave kind of thing going on.
Yep.
And but most of the structures are back there are just kind of old. It used to be it had to have been a resort at one time, and it just cries out for that. That's exactly the look that it has.
Yeah.
It's got a swimming pool, and then somebody at a later time had this acreage adjacent to it. So and you still have the boat slip. The 10 by 20 is not very big, but you still have this boat slip that goes with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something that I know. Talking to my buddies, like he's dealt with some issues with because they're saying like, oh, it is HOA or it's not HOA. So he's been I know he's fought with them about that. So I can get more clarity on that.
Well, they just have, if I remember right, they just have a community dock back there. There are no private docks, right?
Yeah, no private docks. It's community docks. So he would have a slip, but again, he hasn't been. Unfortunately, he's kind of let it be for a bit. And he's got his friend.
It's just been sitting there fallow all this time.
No, it's not vacant, so he's got a friend living in it, but he's just out of sight, out of mind. He hasn't really been paying
some rent and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, so it's funny you should say that. She's not, but the place that he's staying in Western Illinois is actually hers. It's
We got a little
yeah,
arrangement going on.
yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of a funny situation. It's a little house swap scenario. You'd think they'd make like a Lifetime reality show about it or something.
Well, I'm curious. I would love to work with you guys to market and sell this. I mean, but how did you come across me?
Yeah, so basically he had talked to me about, possibly selling it. And so what I did was I just kind of looked around at recently, I tried to comp it myself because I'm kind of in the business. I'm an investor. So, I flip houses like all over the place. And so, I kind of know
Well, it's
what
kind
to
of hard
look
to flip houses these days, is it not? Because people are getting ridiculous amounts of money for some of these properties. Although the bloom is definitely off the rose, but I mean, from my standpoint, there are no deals out there anymore, and people are selling absolute crap. Sometimes they'll be offering some crap tear down house and think they got something there when it's really it's if you were a flipper, I think this would be a tough market to be making a buck.
It's definitely a tough market. There's still some deals to be had, but it's not like the last few years, previously where everything was just going up, up, up. So, but we've been in the business since 2008, 2009. But
Just in time for the world to come to an end in 2008.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's been interesting, but long story short, we kind of know how to like get an idea of value. So, we talked to him and, he said, take a look at it. And so we tried to get an idea of what it could be, but because of the area, like the area itself is unique. And then you've got a unique property in a unique area. It's a bit harder to comp. And we were struggling with it. We had one agent was telling him something that I thought was a wild number, but I couldn't find anything to discredit it or to confirm it. I mean, she was throwing out numbers in the fives, and I'm like, I
would think you would definitely be less than 5, but probably again it depends upon the condition of the manufactured home and like I said, that land. What I remember of it is quite. You can't do anything with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's completely large. You just wouldn't want to do anything with it. It affords some property of some privacy, somewhat. Although this thing is kind of out there. You can't get away from the fact that it's manufactured. I mean, if this was a stick-built house, that'd be a different matter. But I would say safely, just shooting from the hip, and I don't like to do that, I would say 400 plus to maybe 450-ish. Kind of depends upon what's going on with this garage and the condition of the blacktop in the house and all that other good stuff. But I mean, that nice big shop would be quite attractive to some people.
Yeah.
Either as a toy barn or somebody can run a little business out of it.
Yeah.
Assuming that's not, I mean, I don't mean a retail business, but some other kind of business.
Yeah.
It depends upon whether it says it's no subdivision, so you wouldn't have a restriction as far as trying to run a little something. You'd want to be a good neighbor, whatever.
Yeah,
you were
for
doing.
sure. For sure.
But
okay.
yeah, I mean, I'd have to look at. You're right. This wouldn't necessarily be an easy one to comp, but one of the ways that you can comp it, and I've done this before, is basically take a look at the market as a whole, both the mean and the average, and of that particular area and that particular kind of slice of stuff, and then you look at what things are selling for, and you look at the overall appreciation from that from the year of when this, from a known point to today. But again, as a general rule, properties have approximately doubled or more, and this would be less than doubled, but only because it's not stick built, it's not right on the water, and all that other good stuff. I mean, I think you can see the water maybe a little bit from there.
Yeah, you can. Yep.
Yeah. So beyond that, beyond that, if you're serious about it, and if you are wanting a local realtor to handle this, I could spend some time looking into it tomorrow and tomorrow morning and come up with something. But I would say, I would say in the 400s, but no more than that, and maybe even in the low to mid 400s. But again, I'd have to do, and this is also, you got 2,500, it says square foot, 1,875 finished. Where is that extra 700 square foot? Does it have a basement?
Yeah, so it does have a basement, and the basement is partially finished. And again, if you go on Zillow, I'm not sure what's still going to show up in the old MLS listing, but if you go on
Well, I'm
Zillow,
looking at the listing right now. The problem is all these pictures are tiny. They're undersized. And we instituted a handful of years ago a larger dots per inch DPI requirement, and these are just little pitiful.
well,
little
try
pictures.
Zillow. The Zillow photos, they're probably the same photos, but like when you click on them, they open up into full size photos on a pretty big monitor, so you can get a pretty good sense.
Yeah, I'm on a 27-inch Mac, so that's all I work.
Nice.
I like working on a big monitor.
Yeah, I've got 3 monitors sitting in front of me right now.
I got two 27-inch Macs. I usually just use the one, but
nice. Yeah, once I upgraded to having so I have my little Mac in front of me, and then that's connected to 2 monitors. Once I did that, there was no going back.
Oh, I've always been a Mac person. PCs are pieces of shit.
Yeah. PC stands for piece of crap, right?
Well, Bill Gates stole all of these stuff from
Xerox
over the years from development of Apple.
Yep.
And Apple did a little bit of stealing from Xerox in the early days.
Yeah.
In the very early days. All right, so I'll have it up here in a second, I think. Okay. Well, yeah, those are little well, let's see. When I click on it. Oh, yeah, that does bring them up much bigger. In our MLS, it's displaying them real small, and it doesn't give you the option to enlarge. So, yeah. Does it still look like that today?
Yeah, I mean, these pictures are pretty accurate for today's condition.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a nice setup there. Let's see. Oh, on the inside here, okay, good. They've got the kind of interior where it's not panelized. You've got solid walls, so it's all drywalled, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Makes it less, trailer-y looking.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, nobody wants those seamed panel walls.
These things come in different levels of appointment, and when either that or sometimes people go in there and they tape between them.
Yep.
They tape them. Do you actually refurbish them when you say you flip?
Sometimes, like on something like this, this wouldn't really be something we would flip. But yeah, I mean, we could do just about anything from the studs all the way up,
Well, that home that you inquired at 92 Bent Shadow, that was a home I bought about 13 years ago. Mm-hmm. And you're probably not familiar with Cantera Estates and the history and all that behind it. Oh, now, see, this is interesting. I went to the 1 bedroom. The 1 bedroom here is panelized. And I see the seams.
Yep.
I see it's panelized.
You're talking about the one with the bed with the teal little thing on the end of the bed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of manufactured homes myself, but they have a place.
Yeah.
They have a place. And but this one looks nice and clean, and damn trees are blocking a little bit of lake view, and it's so far back in the cove, and it's so congested. Yeah, you got a little bit going on. Like I said, it's a quiet little enclave back there. Is just kind of the way it.
Yeah.
Well, this is weird. There's several instances where somebody's posted the same picture twice.
Yeah.
But where it was not the same picture, but it was a slightly different version, and they didn't edit it right.
Yeah, they didn't clean it up. One has the lights. Yeah.
Well, that's inexcusable.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking down here in the lower level, which generally we don't call the lower level a basement. That's normally a nasty word to use here at the lake.
Oh, okay.
What's the lower level? But yeah, you've got a good. You've got a good clean area that has potential. If somebody needed more bedrooms and things like that, it certainly is just spruced up a little bit. So yeah, I'd have to look into it further, but yeah, I'd say somewhere between 400 and 500, and the more I see, maybe a little closer to the 500 side, but
Okay.
certainly less than that.
Okay.
No, definitely under 500.
Yeah. Why don't we do this? Why don't you take a look, do your analysis, see what you think, because the goal would be, I think his desire is to have this thing, listed, and ideally if we could get an offer, within 2 to 4 weeks, that would be.
Well, in order to do that, you're going to have it priced competitive. You're going to have it priced
Exactly.
market. You're going to have it priced right. If
Yep.
you've got it, because this, and we're not unique here at the lake. Basically, the market real estate market has not been that great since for at least last 18 months. I'm doing pretty darn good this year. I'm actually met my goals and everything else, but overall, all you got to do is look at all the listings that are getting. A lot of listings are getting pretty significant price corrections, and that's because a lot of people are coming in and they're still cocky, and
Yep.
the economy is not as strong as some people say it is, and the real interest rates are still higher than people want to pay, and all that other good stuff. So if you came in there, I mean, that's doable, but you've got to be perceived as a good value.
Yeah. And that's what we're trying to find out, right? Because, this agent, this other person told him, oh yeah, you could list this thing for 5 1/4. And, and I know, like, I've been in the game long enough to know that there's, not all agents are like this, but there's a lot of agents out there that are going to throw out the pie in the sky, list price just to get the listing, and then they lock you into a 6-month, 12-month listing, and then they're like, well, I'll just let the market help me beat the seller down to the number that it needs to be.
I have another way of saying that. I have a little more interesting way of saying that. There's a lot of realtors that I'm a no BS kind of person. In fact, I'm mostly buyer's agent, although I have listings. In fact, I just made one go hot here about, I normally have anywhere between, I have 4 listings at one time this year, which is a world's record for me.
Nice.
But normally I have between 0 and 1 or 2. But the good thing about that is I don't spend any money trying to get listings because it's extremely competitive. I'm mostly a buyer's agent. But when I get a listing, I do an extremely good job. And I'm also not one of these agents that's got lots of listings, and therefore your listing is not special to them.
Exactly.
And also, this is where I get a little, there's a number of them that will blow all kinds of sunshine up your skirt and confirm everything that you're saying, and then to get the listing. And then who's going to be pissed at who when they said these things could happen, and if they don't happen, and of course the only way you fix that is to lower the price. And then
Exactly.
you've lowered it after you've lowered it after the listing is stale now.
Yep.
And so it's the very important thing is the most important thing in real estate, to the best of your ability, is to price it at market.
Exactly.
Period.
Yep. Or just slightly below, just to kind of get the
Right.
eyes on
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Now, when the market was more robust, some of the agents were, some of the agents, and this is there's nothing wrong with this. They were listing them below market value,
Mhm.
and that encouraged an immediate food fight.
Oh yeah.
And it's like putting chum in the water, and all of a sudden you have multiple offers and all this craziness. And that's one way to do it. But we're not in a market like that, and I don't ever want to see a market like that again because it's horrible.
Yeah.
I was working my ass off 7 days a week, 12 plus hours a day, and writing so many contracts, and 75-80% of them were getting rejected because we were only one of maybe 7, 8, 9. We were having to try to do things in order, with our client's permission, of course, everything except bending over in order to get the list. I hated that market. I mean, it was not healthy. It was not healthy, and it wasn't healthy. It was fine for the sellers unless they thought they were going to turn around and go buy something. All of a sudden, they're on the other side of the table, and now they're going to be victimized. So no, that was a horrible market for as I'm concerned.
Well, that's basically, I mean, that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid, getting just like, smoke blown up our skirts, about, pie in the sky number. We want to get a realistic expectation, and ideally, like, and I think part of the reason why he enrolled me to have these conversations was because I don't have I have no emotional attachment to the property whatsoever. So if you told me, hey, this thing's not worth $250,000, you're not going to offend me. And then I can soften the blow with him, but I can do, all the front end legwork to figure out, okay, what's a number that'll sell in 90 days? And then like, what's a number that'll get us an offer in 2 to 4 weeks, so we can move it fast? Because that's really the goal, is if we can get this thing on and done, quickly, that's really what we'd like to do. So, if you wouldn't mind, I mean, we're interviewing, we're trying to find the right agent. We want an agent that's gonna, work for us. Like you said, that's not gonna be too bogged down with 30 other listings, but also is gonna,
I couldn't handle 30 if I tried.
Exactly.
I mean, there's not enough hours in the day, and there's just no way. But let me. I don't know if I got it. What's your name?
My name's Chris. Deal. Like, let's make a deal.
Okay, and I've got your number here. And so you're
what number is showing up there for you?
Huh?
What number is showing up there for you?
619-525-7132.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah.
And so you don't have any. You're just helping them out. You're not an investor in this. Not that it matters, but.
So I'm an investor, and basically, he's going to take care of me. How we get it sorted out. We have a couple different ways we might work that out. So really right now, we're just doing the due diligence to see what we would even, what we could even.
Would I be able to take a look at it tomorrow?
I can touch gloves with him and see if we can get you in. Again, his friend is living in it, so it might be like, kind of a whisper down the lane thing to try to coordinate that. So let me reach out to him.
You don't need to clean it up or make it special or anything. I can see through all of that. I don't care if the beds are made or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just looking to see what the condition of the property is.
Yeah.
And where there might be some, anything that would be undesirable.
I'm sure.
The furnishings that are in it.
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure, so I can find out that as well.
They add very little value.
Yeah.
Either way, it just also kind of depends upon the kind of person that's buying it.
Yeah.
The furnishings. Let me look at this again.
I would say not. But we can, I can find out.
You know what? I'm almost positive I've been in this house, and the reason I remember that is this unique basement. That wallpaper they have is kind of weird on the walls.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like you've got a lift. Is the lift still in there? That it looks like it's a tri-tune lift of some kind of a weird lift. I'm not sure what kind of boat goes on that.
I'll have to double check with him on that and see.
Now Zillow's Zestimate, and it's not a very accurate tool.
Yeah.
Zestimate. It is more accurate than it used to be, but that ain't saying much. Zestimate is not a very good tool.
Yeah. Well, especially, if it's like a subdivision where it's all cookie cutter houses, then
100%.
it's fairly close. But in areas like this, it's freaking brutal. So, and that was the other reason why we weren't really
110%. If you're just talking about a particular area where they've got hundreds of cookie cutter houses, yeah, there's going to be some discrepancies between the way they're finished out or updated or not updated. And now they're using some AI software that's actually looking at that and trying to make a determination on that. So, but yes, at the lake, the Zestimate, they've gotten their ass sued many times over their Zestimate. Because it's caused problems, and some people think it's on the internet. It has to be true, and I look at it almost the exact opposite.
Oh yeah.
So I'll do some preliminary look-see thinking on it in the morning, and then if I could get access to the property to do a quick lookie around the place, that would help reinforce things, and I can shoot you a number and. But yeah, I am not a flipper, but I have remodeled several houses for myself over the years, and this house at Bent Shadow, I was particularly proud the way it all turned out, and I don't know if you looked at pictures, but I think it was very, very nice, and it was a complete piece of shit when I bought it. Almost all the houses, well, it was almost all of the houses back in Tanterra Estates back 10 plus years ago. Were all in a state of disrepair. You couldn't buy the land back there. It was all lease. And it was originally built as part of the overflow and accommodations for Tanterra Resort. And then over time, it still was that way, but it became individuals were owning them and then making them available for rent to Tanterra and then later Margaritaville. Now, very few Margaritaville people rent through Margaritaville. If they rent like mine, and they're doing something over at Margaritaville, they'll rent through VRBO, Airbnb, or Evolve or something like that. But Tanterra Estates is the greatest real estate turnaround story at the Lake of the Ozarks, because I knew that the Dinky family was working on getting the paperwork straightened out so that they were going to sell all the land. So everybody was going to have an option to buy the land. They set the price. There was no negotiation. There was the Dinky price, and that's it. And they didn't pay sales commissions on it. So almost everybody back there over time bought the land. And when that happened, everybody was putting money into the properties. And now, I sold mine for $645,000, and I probably, because I had a lot of sweat equity in it, and I bought the land and a whole bunch of other things, I think I walked away with over $400,000 in profit on it.
Oh wow!
So I paid off everything, and
very nice.
Bought some more silver and gold, and I'm gonna have to keep working until I die. But I'm just saying, it proved to be a very good investment.
Yeah, sounds like it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. You couldn't give those houses back there away. Some of them were selling way back when for as little as, and you're not gonna believe it when I tell you. Now, keep in mind the land wasn't included, but some of the more distressed ones and needed updating. Some more were selling as little as $45, $50 a square foot, $30 a square foot.
Wow.
And it was the biggest and now most of those same homes updated, the 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-bedroom, 2 baths are selling for around 200 and right at around 235 to 245 a square foot. And back then they were, yeah. So the profit, you talk about flipping. If you had a crystal ball and you knew to buy back there, you would have done yourself very well.
Oh man, I can imagine. Sounds like it was a killer spot there.
Well, it didn't happen. It didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And then when Margaritaville came in, that didn't make a huge difference, but it put a big old cherry on top.
Oh yeah.
Because they invested a lot of money into the Santerra that was getting a little tired, and so that Margaritaville's been a huge plus. So
Nice.
let me. I'm going to price it with I'm going to give you a range of what I think, a high-low range, and then if you end up hiring me with the idea that you want to sell this sooner rather than later, I'm not saying give it away, but I would definitely price it. And I would definitely price it on the lower side than on the higher side. And obviously, you start out low, you can't go high.
Yeah.
So you got to be comfortable with the price. No matter what, he's going to make a very good return on his investment.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter. Some of these people are greedy out there, and then they wonder why the property's not selling.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's not what we want. We want to move it relatively quick. So, keep me posted. I'll touch gloves with him and see if we can get you in there tomorrow, and then, go from there. If I can't get you in there tomorrow, I could probably get you in, either over the weekend or sometime next week.
Well, the main reason I just want to go over there, and pictures don't tell the whole story.
No, 100%. Yeah, I get it.
And if I'm looking at pictures from 2017, that's 7 years from ago. So I would look at it from the standpoint, how bad's the roof, how bad's the pavement, what's mussed up that needs to be dealt with, or a little hold your nose factor.
Yep.
If he hasn't been there for a while, he doesn't know how the person's taking care of the property.
Exactly.
Do they smoke inside of it?
You got me.
I hope not.
I hope not too. So, but I'll touch gloves with them and see what we can find out, and then
and I got a call coming in. I got to take, Chris. I will definitely be talking tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, see you. All right, that was not supposed to be a 45-minute call, but we got a ton of info about that property that we talked to the seller. It was yesterday or the day before. He wants in the I think he wanted in the low to mid 3s. Let me see here. Would consider an offer in the mid to high 3s. Okay, mid to high 3s. So let's say 350 is what he wanted, plus 30K divided by 0.9. So it would have to be able to sell for 4.25 to be able to pull 30K off the deal. So we'll see what happens, but I'd rather have that conversation with that agent today, find out that, hey, we're wildly off, and then there's no deal to be had here, then get it under, go through the process, negotiating with the seller, get under contract, then reach out to the agent, drag it through the mud, find out, oh, this is a wildly terrible deal, and go from there. So, every once in a while, it makes sense to reach out to an agent even before getting under contract. So we'll see what happens. All right. So let me reach out to him right now. Not ringing. Let's try this again. Alexa, play songs by DMX from It's Dark and Hell is Hot. All right, if you guys are just joining, we are dialing sellers. I just got off the phone with an agent who works in an area. Here we go. Now it's ringing.
Hello.
Hello, Rex.
Yeah,
Hey, it's Chris. How are you?
good, good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Hanging in there. Excited because
Okay.
the work day will be done in, probably another hour and a half. I'll get to go spend some time with the baby and then back at it tomorrow.
I'm just now leaving work myself.
Oh, nice. What do you do?
Where it's harvest in the Midwest, and we're hauling corn and beans out of the field.
Nice.
That usually tends to be a long, long day, a long week, and long day.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Gotcha. All right. Well, I was meaning to call you yesterday, just got caught up and then but definitely didn't want to,
Nope.
miss reconnecting with you today. I got to tell you, man, that
Yeah.
property down there in the Ozarks is it's a tough one to comp. So what I'd like to do, got a buddy of mine out in that area, wanted to see if there's any chance I could get him out to the property to see it in person tomorrow. And then that'll help us really dig into the numbers and come up with a pretty solid number for you. You think that's something we could make happen?
I mean, it's no problem to look around.
Mhm.
I'm not sure, this short notice if she's gonna go, with inside the house.
I gotcha.
Cause
Okay.
she'll want to have time to make it immaculate. And
Oh, yeah, we're not worried about it. So, and by the way, my friend, he's an agent out there. So he, basically if we were gonna, buy it and flip it, he would probably end up helping us list it. But essentially like it doesn't have to be immaculate. He's been doing this a long time. He can look past all that stuff. He's just trying to see the structure of the home, the condition of the home itself. Doesn't really, personal
right.
items, furniture, that stuff, not really important. Just trying to, because he's our boots on the ground.
Well,
He knows the market.
she done that to me one time, and I just, she was going to sell her house, and she told me she had somebody coming to look at it, and a bachelor pad, and I'm like, oh hell no. And we got into a big tiff, and I know her. I'm gonna have to give her, time.
Yeah. Well,
Myself, I think California would be the place to advertise it. I think it would go higher.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
you get more money out in California than you could in Missouri.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, why don't you
Well,
reach out to her and just see like, hey, whether it's
I will.
tomorrow or this weekend, just see what her availability is like and see if, if she just wants to
Okay.
let us know, a couple days and times that would work for her, I can let him know and then we can coordinate it.
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna, and the whole thing is, I don't want to just, if we're just going to shoot from the hip on this, based on the conversation and, it's just a really hard property to comp, then the number is going to end up being a lot lower than, you know,
Right.
it could end up being a lot lower than where you even want to be. So I'd rather get him out there, get
Right.
us a solid view of it, and then we can come up with a pretty accurate number. And then, you know, either it's going to work or it's not going to work. You know what I mean? But I would hate to
Right.
take a shot at it and us be off either way. So
No, that's fine.
when do you think?
I'll give her a call and feel her out. See what she's thinking, and
Okay.
then if you want to call me back, or
Yeah. When do you think you'll be
I
able
can.
to touch gloves with her?
Well, I'll try tonight to talk to her
Okay.
if I can get her on the phone.
Okay.
But them people down there at the lake, they're on Facebook and all them places,
Yeah.
and they got California people are moving in there like crazy.
Mm.
It's unreal, and the people just that live there are just not happy that all these people from California are moving there,
Yeah.
and which, oh well, So I think that if person advertises, they'd want to do it, there in California. You get a lot more money. I'd probably get twice as much money,
Yeah. Maybe.
because I don't think places in Missouri are sell as high as places in California,
Hmm.
and that's what they said that, like California people are selling their places for millions of dollars, and then they come to the lake and they got plenty of money to buy, and makes taxes go up and everything. But oh well.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. Well, give her a shout. See if you can connect with her tonight, and then if you want to reach back, you know, if you talk to her and you get a day and time from her, just give me a call back, and then we can coordinate that,
Yeah.
and then you
All
know,
right.
we'll see what we can do for you here on this. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. I'll look forward to hearing back from you.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Rex. All right. See ya.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
All right. So let's see here. I'm going to put a call back if I don't hear back from him. Tonight. I'll give him a call tomorrow around 11:30 my time, which will be 1:30 his time. So that should be plenty of time. Follow up on walkthrough. All right, let's go back. Okay, what time is it? I have an appointment scheduled. Oh, I'm supposed to have a call. That other call just lasted way too long. Oh, okay, so this guy's in San Diego. Let's see here. All right, this is Ashish.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording.
Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Try the sheet again.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey Ashish, this is Chris. I was reaching out to you. It looks like you had spoken with my colleague Erica via text message, and she had booked a call for 4 o'clock. I apologize. I ended up being on a call that ran way longer than anticipated, so apologize about that. But give me a call back whenever you get a chance. I'll be leaving here shortly, and then if we can't connect today, we can always connect sometime tomorrow. My number when you get a chance is 619-525-7132. Again, 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's left message. Okay, let's call Phil back. You guys are just joining, throw in the chat where you guys are located, what markets you guys are in, what kind of deals you guys are doing, and any questions you guys have.
Hi, you've reached Philip Gonzalez. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, throw it in the chat here, and happy to answer.
Hi, you've reached Philip Gonzalez. Please leave a message. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Phil, it's Chris. Hope you're doing well. Had some time to get back to you here and discuss the property there on, I think it was 32nd Street. Give me a call back when you get a chance. My telephone number is 619-525-7132. Again, 619-525-7132. Hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's move him over. Okay. Let's reach She's in Montana.
Go.
Hi, can I speak to Julia?
What's it pertain to?
This is Chris. I was returning her call about a property that I believe she was looking at selling.
She said she never called anybody.
Well, I have a voicemail from her, and she filled out a form on our website with a bunch of information on it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. She's coming around the corner.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, this is Julia.
Hi, Julia. This is Chris. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Good, good. Yeah, I had a voicemail from you. I think it might have been yesterday afternoon about a property that you were looking at selling there in is it Poplar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, just kind of doing something else, but what did you need?
Got it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was just reaching out to discuss that property and just kind of get more details about it. Looks like you had also filled out a form on our website, and yeah. So, I mean, the goal of this call is to see if the property qualifies for getting an offer as is. We're typically looking for properties for one of two reasons. Either we're going to renovate and put it back on the market, or we're looking for something that we can buy and keep as a rental. Okay.
Okay.
And by the way, I do have to let you know all calls are monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes. I guess what's got you considering selling at this point?
We were thinking about moving closer to our kids,
Oh, nice. Okay. Where are your kids at?
in Great Falls, pretty much
Oh,
the other
okay.
side of the state.
Got it. Okay. All right. So still staying in Montana, but just
Yeah.
making a change. Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, by the end of this phone call, as long as you don't hang up on me, I'll either be able to get you an approval from our underwriters with an offer, or they'll deny it and they'll tell us exactly why. Few benefits of working with us is that we would buy the home as is. We'd cover all of the closing costs. There's no realtor commissions or anything like that. So it's pretty easy and straightforward. Do you have a pen and a piece of paper handy? I'm gonna give you some info real quick, and
I got a pen, but hold on, I gotta find some paper.
okay, that's good.
Hold on, just.
Oh, no worries. Take your time.
Thought it was in here. Okay, I got a pen and paper.
All right. So my name is Chris Deal. Like, let's make a deal.
Uh-huh.
And the name of our company is Lazarus Property Group, like Lazarus from the Bible.
Okay, Lazarus Property Group.
And our telephone number here is 619
Okay.
525
Okay.
7132.
32?
Yep.
Okay.
And our website, if you ever want to check us out, is just www.lazprop. It's LAZPROP.com.
Okay.
All right. So how long have you been thinking about selling?
For about the last maybe 3-4 months.
3-4 months. Okay. Got it. Some change. Your kids have kids of their own and looking to be near grandkids, or?
Yeah, our youngest one just had our first grandson, so.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's usually what it is. Almost everybody I talk to when they're like, yeah, we're moving closer to be closer to our kids, you find out, well, it's not really to be closer to kids. There's a grandkid, and that's really what they want to see. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. My wife and I have a 21 month, I think she's 22 months old now, and my mother is getting ready to move out here to be closer to her.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so it'll be exciting. So you're in for a treat. Is it, you said, as a boy?
Yep.
Nice, awesome, congrats. All right, cool. And how long have you lived in the current home?
Oh gosh. Well, I grew up here. It used to be my great grandparents' house, and then it went to my grandparents, and then when they passed, it went to my dad, and when my mom and dad passed, it went to me. But I've been here since '83, then moved for a few years, but this last time, probably close to 10, 11 years.
Oh wow, got it. Okay. Man, that's is that going to be tough for you to sell? It's been in the family for so long.
Yeah, but there's really not very much family, close family left here. It's just my sister and I and my husband's family.
I gotcha. Okay. All
Hey,
right.
I'll move yesterday.
What'd he say?
I'll move yesterday.
You'll move yesterday?
I'm glad about that.
Nice, nice. What was your
Mike Harley Davidson?
something about a Harley Davidson? What was that?
I said I'll trade them all for a Harley Davidson.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Sorry, I didn't get your name, sir. What was your name?
Ben.
Ben. Nice to meet you, Ben. Awesome. Well, is it just you guys that own the property, or is there anybody else on the title that would, need to be involved, or anybody that might even be a little bit upset that you're thinking about selling?
No.
Okay. Got it. All right. And in a perfect world, what were you hoping to walk away with?
Oh, 85, 90, because it does sit on like 4 lots, and it's the only house on the block. It's right downtown. I mean, it's prime location.
Nice. Okay. All right. Got it. And all right, perfect. Well, yeah, let's see what we can come up with. Just make sure. And it's 206 First Ave West, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Make sure I've got this pulled up here. All right. And before we talk about the inside of the house, I want to talk everything about the outside of the house. So what's the neighborhood like?
Well, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3 houses across the street, and my aunt lives in one of them, and then a retired teacher lives in one, and a lady everybody in town calls the cat lady because she always adopts stray cats and rehomes them, but then across the street is a grocery store. Behind the alley is a grocery store. Right next, I guess, on the property line is a body shop, T-Bird's Auto Body.
Nice.
And then on the other side of our fence is just a big vacant lot.
Got it. All right. Let's see here. So the you mentioned the cat lady. Is that a good thing that she's rehoming cats, or is it like cat lady, and the house is kind of crazy and?
Oh no, it's a good thing because I don't know. Growing up, it was mostly always stray dogs, but more and more, I mean, she'll rehome them, and she usually has the dog catcher take them out to farmers. We got tons and tons of farmers, so they like the cats for their keep them out of the grain and all their feed and stuff.
Got it. Okay. All right. And would you say it's mostly owner occupants in the neighborhood, or a lot of renters?
Oh no, all
Okay,
owners.
gotcha. And
There's only 4 houses on the 2 blocks.
okay, all right. And is there anything wrong with the structure of the home?
No.
Okay. All right. Any siding missing or gutters missing or anything like that?
No, we had rain gutters, oh gosh, years ago before my dad had a big deck built on the front, and he had them taken down. So,
Okay. Okay. Anything out back of the house that we couldn't see from like a Google Street View or something?
we did get build a brand new wooden shed. It's a great big, nice wood shed that's unattached to the house that sits in the back.
Okay. Got it. I'm guessing that would be staying there with the house.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And when was the home built? Do you know?
Gosh, my sister and I were researching this years ago. The last time when my great grandparents, they moved the main part of the house from Oswego, and that was in 1921.
Hmm.
And then my grandpa, when he and my grandma inherited the house, he built on the 3 bedrooms and the back shed that's hooked to the house and the bathroom washroom area.
Got it. Okay. All right. So yeah, this has been around for a while.
Yeah.
All right. So let's walk inside the house, right? We walk in the house, built in the 1920s. Does it still look like 1920s when you walk in?
Oh, no. No,
All right.
It doesn't have good floors or nothing.
Okay. All right. What kind of floors do you have?
In the kitchen and the laundry room, bathroom is linoleum. And we recently ripped the carpeting out in the living room because we were going to put new carpeting in there. But until we get the new carpeting, we just have this huge area rug that covers pretty much most of the floor.
Got it. Okay. Is the subfloor plywood?
I'm going to guess yes. I've never tore the linoleum up.
Oh, the like in the living room where you rip the carpet up, is that plywood?
No, it's linoleum underneath.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. Let's see here. So, linoleum. Okay, got it. And I guess, has there been things added to the home over the years that, should have been permitted, but weren't permitted along the way?
No.
No. Okay. Got it. And what about the kitchen? Is that original to the build?
I'm gonna say not as big as it is now.
Okay. So you mean it wasn't as big as it like today? It's bigger than it was back when it was built. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
My grandpa loved to add stuff on because they had 6 kids. They were all boys, so he had to build, the 3 bedrooms, and they're pretty good sized bedrooms, and then add on to the kitchen and all that other stuff.
Got it. Okay. All right. And let's see. What about the cabinets, the countertops? Is all that original?
I would say they've been here as long as I remember.
Okay.
As long as, since we moved back when my dad retired from the Air Force after my grandpa passed, he got the house and we moved. They've been here since at least 83.
Got it. Okay.
God, that sounds like ancient history. 83.
Yeah, it's 40. Well, I just turned 42 6 days ago, so that's about 41 years old.
Yeah.
All right, so from at least 83. Yeah, it definitely makes me feel old too. All right. And then what about, do you know what kind of counters they are?
They just look like wood, but they're not real wood.
Okay, so like Formica.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, got it. And then what about the bathrooms? Are those original?
No, the bathroom about maybe 13 years ago was redone,
Okay.
and it got turned into handicap bathrooms. So the toilet has the taller toilet. The doorway is bigger for a wheelchair, and it has a walk-in shower.
Okay. Does it have like a built-in seat?
It did at one time.
Oh,
We
okay.
ended up taking it out when we moved in because it just, when the kids were living here, it just had thousands of shampoo bottles and conditioner, and it was just
Got it.
knocking over.
Oh man. And is it just the one bathroom or is there a second bathroom?
No, just the one.
Just the one. Okay, got it. All right. So it's a 3-1, right? 3-bed, 1-bath?
A 3-bedroom.
Yeah, 3-bed, 1-bath.
Yeah, 3-bedroom.
All right. Let's see. Is there a basement or a crawl space?
Crawl space.
Crawl space. Okay. Any moisture issues in the crawl space you're aware of?
No. There was, but then we had them replace the plumbing pipes that go to the sewer and everything under the house, and the line from the kitchen sink that goes all the way underneath the house to the outside of whatever pipe it is that it goes to. So that it doesn't leak anymore.
Got it. Okay. So everything from the house out to the main lines has been replaced.
Yeah, underneath that been replaced.
Okay, got it. Have you had any other plumbing issues?
No. Every once in a while, you do have to use, I can't remember the name, to kill the roots in the plumbing, in the sewer. Because we got a lot of trees around, and the roots get kind of a pain in the butt.
Got it. Okay.
And we usually have Enterprise come snake it out once a year, whether it needs it or not.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Do you know the main, so is it on city sewer?
Yes.
Okay, got it. And do you know if the main line that runs, is that, I know older houses have used like clay pipes, some of them cast iron. You know what?
They used to, the main that they attached the new plumbing to was cast iron.
Okay, got it. It's still cast iron?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Right. Let's see here. All right. If you guys were going to keep it, and let's say, Lowe's or Home Depot was running some sort of sweepstakes, and you're like, congratulations, you guys won the sweepstakes. Here's $35,000. The only caveat is you have to put it into this house. What are the things that you guys would be doing?
New carpeting. Probably new windows.
New windows. Okay. Are they original wood or?
No, they were replaced like 20, 23 years ago.
Okay.
And they probably could use an update. They still open and everything, but I don't know. I'd like new windows.
Got it. Okay. All right. Perfect. Anything else that you would be doing?
Let's see. Probably a new countertops. Just because they're old.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Anything I haven't asked you that if you were buying a home, you would want to know, good, bad, indifferent?
Oh, well, the furnace is about 4 years old, and the water heater is 5 years old.
5 years old. Okay.
Yeah, we did have to have those replaced because the water heater that was in there was put in, oh gosh, it was almost 24 years old.
Oh, wow.
And the furnace was probably 17, 18 years old.
Got it. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you guys might need help with?
Not really. I mean, if you want to get, picky, it's been about 22 years since the roof was replaced, but it doesn't leak.
Okay, roof's 22 years old. Is that a shingle roof or a metal roof?
Shingle.
Shingles. Okay. And do you know if it's one layer or two or multiple layers?
I don't really know.
Okay. Okay. No worries. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Well, everything that you've been giving me, I've been putting straight into our system. That goes back to our underwriters. They're actually running a report on that's going to tell them basically everything that they need to know about the property. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on a brief hold. I'm going to run back there, see what they've got cooking up, and then just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
All right. There's no fancy hold music. It's just going to be sitting in silence, but I'll be right back shortly.
Okay.
All right. All right. You still there? Okay. All right. Here. Yeah. All right, guys, if you guys are just joining, we are looking at a property in Montana, Poplar, Montana. So, let's see here. 31,000 square feet, built in 1923. Oof. Nothing has sold. Goodness gracious. This, all right, you guys are gonna want to see this. This is Zillow. Right here. I don't know why that's not working. In a second, I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, my ATEM's not working. Let's share the screen. This is all-time sales in this whole area. It's really like virtually no sales in Poplar. And if we go in the last 12 months, there's only one, and it's 640 acres. Yeah, this is tough. And that 640 acres looks like it sold for $1,000 an acre. So I'm curious, for anybody watching, what would you guys do in the scenario where literally nothing is sold and nothing is active? Um, all right, Julia, you there? All right, I appreciate your patience. So unfortunately, I brought this to the underwriters. They looked at it, and there's like virtually no activity whatsoever out there, which makes it really, really difficult for them to kind of come up with any number that they came up with would be the equivalent of putting a blindfold on, spinning 10 times and trying to throw a dart at a dartboard and actually get relatively close. They basically denied it. I think probably your best bet. Have you tried to reach out to like an agent out there? Got it. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if, putting out like posting a for sale by owner, or do you guys owe anything on it? Forever. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Um, I mean, the there's like no guarantees whatsoever. I mean, the only thing we could possibly do is try to help you sell it. I mean, we have like a national buyers network. So I mean, we could put it out to, because we have investors all over the country. We also have retail buyers all over the country that we've worked with, just because we do a lot of transactions. I mean, we might be able to post it out there and see, what kind of interest we even get. But I mean, it's literally a total shot in the dark. So, I mean, uh-huh. Mm, mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, alternatively, like, would you need the funds from this to be able to buy your next place? Okay, all right. So yeah, I mean, you could always, either rent it or do like a rent to own type of situation, where you take a small down payment and take payments on it. Something like that might make sense. If you can't find anybody that's willing to just pay cash for it, that way you could still, still get some money and, help somebody out to buy a home that maybe otherwise couldn't, just go out and buy it. That might be a scenario that works for you. And, maybe you could even make a little bit more money that way just because, you're basically seller financing it. So, um, yeah, sorry, I don't have any better news for you. Yeah, but, it was a pleasure chatting and, hopefully everything works out for you. You figure out, something and, good luck on the next step, going to be near the grandbaby. Yeah, definitely. Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, feel free, give me a call if you have any questions or you need any help with anything, you want to run some ideas by us on, other ways you could possibly try to sell it and, happy to, give you any input. All right. All right. Thanks a lot, Julia. You have a good one. Bye-bye. What's up, Rainy Woman? Yeah, nothing is sold, nothing is active. Yeah, I mean, we could offer low. The challenge is, right, is the time investment, and like what else do you have going on? Oh, you couldn't hear the seller. Yeah, I needed to. Oh, that's why, because I stopped sharing my screen and then that killed the audio sharing. Um, Yeah, so it just becomes a challenge when you're in a market like that. And, it's like, where do you want to spend your time, energy, and effort? Basically, the thing that I've had to get really good at, and I'm still not great at it, is saying no to things. Everything that you say, every time you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to potentially multiple other things. And so, sure, we could take that on and make an attempt. But what is that going to take away from what other deals are going to fall by the wayside because we're trying to, move this deal and, get any traction on it. So, that's kind of the struggle. So let's see here. All right, I'm going to mark this one as a dead opportunity. Okay, let's see here. It's 5:15. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me just double check if I got any other any voicemails that came in that I can follow up with. Okay, so no callbacks. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna reach back out to Glenn before I take off for the night. Let's see if we can lock up Glenn. This is the Enid, Oklahoma deal where I think we could possibly make 30K on. Let's see here.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Dial him one more time.
Hey, Elvis Glenn.
Hey, Glenn, it's Chris.
Hey, Chris, I'm busy right now with a U-Haul rental. I'll call you back.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit longer.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, see ya. All right, so let's go ahead and check on a couple of these other ones. Man, my computer's been being wildly slow. Qualified, closed, lost. All right, let's close this one out. And I got one other guy I'm gonna reach out to. Oh, come on. Where is search this one? Oh, I think I have a scheduled call with this guy tomorrow. Okay. This guy that's been reaching out to us a bunch, and yeah, he's scheduled in the morning. Perfect. All right, so and he is in Corning, Iowa. Maintenance repairs, press 35 is firm, as cover all his outstanding payments, allow him to sell the property free and clear. Let's mention this belongs to sort out. $35,000. Let's look at this. So this guy wants $35,000 for this property in Corning, Iowa. What? 35,000? There's no way this is 35,000. All right, guys, I got this guy. We have a scheduled call tomorrow morning. I'm just looking at his property, the notes, and this is a PPC lead with the AI cold calling. So the AI agent talked to him and he said he wanted $35,000. Now there's a property nearby that's basically a shell, sold for $20,000. Then there's another property that's a 3/2/1296 sold for $117,000 and is not even really updated. So his is a 3/2/1296 square feet, and Zestimate has it at 170. What? Let me look in the last 6 months. So there's a 135 sale, 3/2, 1,500 square feet. Not really updated, so still dated. What? Okay, let me double check these notes. 35,000? Are we for sure about this? Let's see. That's my bottom dollar. Okay, so this guy, we could possibly lock this up, $35,000. All right, but that's scheduled for tomorrow. So I got a call scheduled tomorrow morning, around 10 a.m. Let's see here. Pretty. It's got 2 properties. Second. Oh, okay. It's a different street. Oh, yeah, okay. So this definitely looks a lot more like a rough house. All right, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow on that call. If you guys are jumping back on tomorrow, I'll be back on tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be making some seller calls here. I've got a handful on the schedule. Let's see here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scheduled appointments. So yeah, we'll have plenty to reach out. So cool. Well, appreciate you guys jumping on. I'm gonna call it for the night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, If you are new here, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel where I'm going live on Seller Calls twice a day from 9:30 to 11:30 Pacific Standard Time and from 2:30 to 4:30 Pacific Standard Time as well. And if you guys have deals you need help with, whether it's a cash deal, novation, creative finance, whatever it is, you can bring them here. We can help you close those, help you dispo those, and stay tuned where we make